Hello there, BoBo, the Bitcoiner is back. Do we know what is the significance of a spot Bitcoin ETF? The government always say we need to protect investors' money. Okay, the retail investors may need some kind of protection, but definitely not the accredited investor, right? Do financial institutions, fund management, small offices need to be protected? They are the professionals, especially in money management and investment. They are the accredited investor. So why is Bitcoin ETF not allowed, as it is specially created for these accredited investors? I bet you, if given the green light to Bitcoin ETF right now, this accredited investor would have dived in head on, given the market knowledge, Bitcoin market knowledge that they have already acquired. Everyone recognized the efficiency and effectiveness of Bitcoin, right? No doubt. There's no more doubt, I'm sure, right? Its security and transparency nature, thanks to its clear financial records that cannot be tampered with, is also a well-known fact. Bitcoin is revolutionizing the financial system. The inherent transparency in blockchain is a boom for stability and will help clarify and certify the global financial system. Right? They must be transparent. So typically, there are the kind of reasons the governments and the financial institutions are afraid of Bitcoin technology, because it forces them to open up their ledger to the public. Isn't the government and the central banks for the interest of the people? Who elected the government anyway? So what the government is saying is, you people don't need to know what or how we handle the finance. Just trust us. Hello. Those days are gone, my friend. The days of emperors are over. People elect the government to take care of their country. Oh, in all fairness, the government tried for many centuries, but ultimately it failed miserably. Right? The more they fail, the more they resort to protect the power and force the people to conform to their policies. But the method is doomed for failure due to their protectionism that breeds greediness and corruptions. People know that, but people all this while had no other choice. What to do? Thankfully, technology found a way or a solution by way of Bitcoin ecosystem. But most governments are trying everything to suppress their Bitcoin adoption. They discourage the traditional banking system from associating with Bitcoin and the cryptos. They create barrier, but they can't stop Bitcoin. Bitcoin is designed by the people, for the people. Everyone is free to use Bitcoin. No authority is able to stop it or ban it. What a fantastic innovation. Today, right now, the people has a choice. You understand Bitcoin, you adopt it, huh? You don't have to, you don't have yet to understand it. No problem. Take your time, learn it first. Nobody will force you to adopt Bitcoin until a time when you understand more. You can then adopt it at your own free will. That's democracy. Nobody should be forced or should force anyone to do anything against their interest. This contradicts with the way government work. You must listen to them, whether you like it or not, whether you find it fair or not, you must accept it. That's the big difference, right? We don't know when Bitcoin ETF will be approved. US government has been running out of logical reasons to enforce the delay, with the world's largest asset manager now consider Bitcoin as an international asset. People is more convinced that the government is doing, people is more, no more convinced, all right, that the government is doing it for the interest and protection of these people. It's a question of time BlackRock Bitcoin ETF will have to be approved. At the moment, institutions have not been able to get into the space. All right, they are not, they do not have the comfort of custodying the customer's Bitcoin. Imagine the fiduciary duties of managing the money. They can't just go buy Bitcoin and leave it at Coinbase or a wallet and feel comfortable. It's too risky. They may not understand Bitcoin well enough to do it even. All right. There's a lot of hurdles to get over that, because there's a lot of hurdles to get over that when you are an institution. You have to go through the change of approval in order to buy Bitcoin as a separate asset class. They may start off with a portfolio manager. The analyst comes along with chart, ratio, the lower and long-term risk of portfolio, the risk reward, etc. It's compelling. And the investors understand it as a separate asset class. That's great. They want to buy it. The portfolio manager then go to the chief investment officer and say, okay, our client is ready. The CIO said, wait. There's a lot of risk around that. Okay, you have seen what happened with the meltdowns of the exchanges, the frauds, the nefarious activities. You got to pump the brake. Let's go through the proper approval and make sure we are doing this the right way. That's what's happening now to the institutions. So when the manager finally get on board and he agrees, oh, okay, we should do this well, when they finally get the compliances on board, their chief compliance officer, the general counsel, etc., that means they got to get everything in order. Next, who is going to buy it? Where is it going to settle? How they are going to pay it? Where are they going to custodian it? And who is going to control the key? And all the things. It's a massive amount of brain power and time through all the red tape to get the approval for this institution to finally do things like that. When the small offices or family offices registered investment advisor, the IRA, they want to buy for their customer. They can't because their hands are tied. So when a spot Bitcoin ETF comes out, that actually has that they really has the underlying asset attached to it. It's easy. They simply go to Nasdaq or New York Stock Exchange, buy it, settle it at their prime broker, done. It's in their client's account. This opened up a huge super highway on ramp for that kind of capital. That's the front end of it. This is much better than gold ETF. Does anyone ever audit the total supply of gold? No, you can't. There's so much gold out there that people don't even know whether it's tungsten painted gold or how much gold is in Fort Knox. You can rehypothecate this blind ledger easily to the point where JP Morgan is something like short more than 75% of the gold market capital. Compared to Bitcoin ETF, the rehypothecation is impossible. It's not possible because it is auditable. BlackRock has to hold their balance sheet that is real Bitcoin, and there is no fake Bitcoin. Now, you see how significant Bitcoin ETFs is going to be. Institutions just couldn't get into the Bitcoin space. They want to buy, but how? Too many restrictions, too many things to be done, huge paperwork, legal paperwork, compliance work, too troublesome, too much trouble for that. And the fee may not be that interesting as the normal fund management. So if Bitcoin ETF come along, that's a super highway open to them. Hope we now understand more why Bitcoin ETF is critical. Well, it's a question of time. All right. We see. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. See you next time. Bye-bye.